Hey, Retired Granny here. It's been a little while. It's been a busy kind of few months that I haven't made any videos really. I have been out of sorts, kind of been a lot happening, and I kind of just lost my enthusiasm for making videos. I can't really explain it. I don't really know what happened. I videotape, I make videos, but when it comes time to sharing the content, I lose the enthusiasm. So I don't know why. I'm trying to get back into the swing of things because I keep getting new subscribers, so I don't know if they're just subscribing to watch the old content or what. But I mean, you know, it keeps growing, so I figure maybe somebody out there, you know, is missing me. is wondering what happened to Retired Granny. I didn't go anywhere. I maybe you can call it, I've kind of been in a rut. I don't know. But I'm out here running around today, so I thought I'd kind of bring you along with me and kind of get you caught up on what's been happening. To begin with, at Christmas time, I took a pretty nasty fall, and that put me out of commission for about a month. I could barely walk. I couldn't go up and down the stairs. I couldn't sit. My hamstring on my left side, my hamstrings, because there's more than one, got all tied up in like a big old knot. And it was a big Charlie horse that I got. I was trying really hard not to fall, and I twisted my body in such a way that I just knotted up my hamstrings. It took me out. It was terrible. I developed a really, really large hematoma. I didn't even know what a hematoma was. And I had bruising, honestly, from the back of my butt cheek all the way to my ankle. And I'm going to include one or two pictures of that in this video, be forewarned. Just in case somebody out there doesn't know what a hematoma is and what it looks like me. I never experienced anything like that. I'm thinking, what in the hell is going on here? I went to my doctor, and the doctor said that I spilled about 1/3 of a pint of blood, and all that blood was going to have to come to the surface before the bruising would go away. It was really, really, really nasty looking bruise. So that happened. I had to put some stuff on my lips because my lips are really dry, and that's the only stuff I got in my car. So in case you notice that I really started to shimmer, that's why. Okay, so the dog food has been bought. Lucy's dog food costs $58. She eats from. It's the dog food that she's been on since she was a puppy. And it's what the dog breeder was feeding all of the dogs. So I didn't see any need to change it. And she's been eating it perfectly fine. And I make her homemade dog food, kind of to supplement that and give her a little taste of something different. The dog food lasts about a month. Okay. So getting back to where I was at, I haven't done any t-shirts. I know that a lot of people look at my videos as far as t-shirt making, but the truth of the matter is that I have like at least two totes full of t-shirts. of all kinds, you know. I mean, some are tie-dyed, some are bleached, some are tie-dyed and sublimated, bleached and sublimated. I got Christmas shirts, I got Valentine's Day shirts, I got awareness, Halloween, t-shirts, hoodies, crew shirts. Because I picked up this hobby of making t-shirts, and so I started an Etsy shop and just put the t-shirts on there, you know, just I call it my accidental t-shirt shop, because I did it because I didn't know what to do with all these shirts. So I've been thinking about maybe getting into some craft shows, you know, just little craft shows around town or whatever, you know, just to, you know, sell some of these shirts, because you know, obviously they cost me a little bit of money to make. I don't want to get rich off these t-shirts, but you know, they're really piling up. Anybody is in the mood for a you know, some kind of fun t-shirt, you'll have to check out my Etsy shop. I will put a link in there, you know, make it real easy for you to go, and it's Retired Granny. It's Shop Retired Granny, and it's on Etsy, and it's all of my t-shirts that I make. Actually, it's not even all. It's like 80 shirts, and then I came across about another 30 or 40 shirts that aren't even listed. So I'm going to work on getting those listed too. You know, I mean, I sell t-shirts very, you know, at a snail's pace. I think I've sold, since I've had my Etsy shop, I think I've sold about 18 shirts. You know, so people stumble upon it, and, you know, they purchase them, whatever. So I think they're all on sale right now for like 25% off. So now's a good time to go and get one. Oh, and my book sales, I did have a table at a bookstore. They had a book fair. I'm kind of getting ahead of myself, but those of you that don't know, I wrote a memoir, and I talk about, you know, growing up in dysfunction, and you know, being in a dysfunctional family and then creating my own dysfunctional family, and talk about sobriety. This September I'm going to be sober 29 years. And I talk about that, and getting sober. I talk a lot about the kids and a lot about my marriage. And you can pick that up on Amazon. It's called How I Found My Peace, and it is cheap. Right now it's selling on Amazon for $12. I think it's like $12.44. I don't sell my author copies that cheap. My author copies sell for $15. So if you're interested in something like that, you can go and pick that up. It might help somebody. You never know, you know. So if you know anybody that needs to get sober, or trying to get sober, or thinking about getting sober, I suggest you pick that up for them. It's a really, really easy read. A lot of my friends and family that have read the book have read it in one day's time. So it's just all short stories, and it's completely wrote out the way you hear me talking. That's how it's wrote out, because I'm just a storyteller. I'm not, you know, a writer per se. We've been, you know, really busy with just household stuff, you know, just helping with the baby, helping to raise our grandson. Isaiah is in electrician school, and Sophia is in nursing school. And me and your dad, me and the mister are just trying to pick up a little slack wherever we can, you know, helping out with the baby and trying to stay healthy all at the same time. You know, there's a lot of flu and there's still COVID going around, and just I shared a little while back about having been diagnosed with this polymyositis, and it's muscle weaknesses. It has to do with the muscle weakness. It's drug induced. It started with the statin drugs that I take for my cholesterol. So that really messed me up over the summertime. So much so that when it came time to clear my deck and clear my yard and of all my summer furnishings and plants and everything, I didn't have the energy to do it. So I look out there on the deck right now, and there's a lot of dead flowers out there in flower pots and stuff, and I don't like it. I don't like anything dead laying around, you know. I mean, plants, whatever, leaves. This is no lie. We had a 70-degree day just about a week ago, and I was out there raking leaves and mulching them. And because I don't like dead foliage, leaves, whatever you call it, I don't like it in the yard. And I didn't have the energy to put away and clean the stuff like I normally do at the end of summer. So that had to do with that muscle weakness. And honestly, you know, I mean, I can't complain because I still am able to do what absolutely needs to be done. Just not everything that I want to do. My son Isaiah, that just came home from deployment in September, was told that he has melanoma. He had a mole in the middle of his back that Sophia, his wife, had noticed, and she was noticing it was changing colors. It was getting lighter. So I haven't had some experience with melanoma because of her mom. Really encouraged Isaiah to get it checked out, and he did, and it turned out to be melanoma, stage 1. They've already removed the mole. It was just they removed the mole a couple of weeks ago. And just a couple days ago, he had to go and get surgery with a plastic surgeon. They went in and cut about 3 times the size of the mole to make sure that there was no rogue cells that may have grown outward. They could tell that his body was trying to absorb the mole, which is why it was turning lighter in color. So, but I think they feel like they got it all in that one swoop with taking out that mole. But just as a precaution, just to be on the safe side, they went in and they were going to take out more of a larger area and then send it off to a biopsy just to make sure. I am not familiar with cancer in any way, shape, or form. So all of the cancer talk is just very, very foreign to me. But I do know he said that it was the least aggressive and the least likely to metastasize and return. So that was good news. If there was any good news out of all of that, that was good news. he's a little sore. He just had this procedure done on Wednesday. So he's a little sore, and we're having to help him a little bit, more with the baby, as far as picking him up and moving him around and stuff. He's a big boy. I'm sure you guys saw his birthday, his birthday video. He's a big boy. He's just turned 2 years old, and he is in a Ford toddler clothes because he's just he's solid little baby boy. Getting back to the melanoma with my son Isaiah, we certainly are most grateful to my daughter-in-law Sophia. Had she not noticed this mole on his back, originally just in a photograph, he sent her, I'm going to tell you what happened. He sent her a picture of himself while he was deployed, and it's a picture, I guess he's like flexing in front of the mirror, but in the mirror, in the picture, you can see clearly this little mole on his back, and it's really kind of dark. And so I'm not sure when he would have sent that picture. It would have been early on in his deployment, because it's when he first arrived in Iraq, and he was working out and eating really healthy. He's been home since September, and here we are in March, and actually in February is when she took notice that it was starting to change colors, that it was changing. So we don't know, when it did, so I mean, to me, it's like, it's just a miracle to me that it was caught and taken care of as fast as it was. So I want to encourage you, to check yourself, watch your moles for any changes. If you're a married couple, if you're married, check your spouse. If you got kids, check your kids. My son Isaiah is 26 years old, and he was told by his dermatologist that melanoma is on the rise. It's doubled. It used to be 1 in 40. Now it's 1 in 20, I think he said. And in people ages from 18 to 40. Just look. Might find something too. You never know. I almost missed my oldest son's 40th birthday because I didn't know what the date was. I never know what the date is anymore. I'm retired. The only time I know when the date is if I have an appointment. If I have a doctor's appointment or something, it's marked on the calendar in a big black Sharpie, and we look at it regularly, so that we don't miss appointments. But other than that, I really never know what the date is, and I certainly hardly ever know what the day is. Today, I didn't even know it was Friday. So, it just feels like the weekend to me all the time because I'm retired, and I'm not complaining. That's a good thing. I'm not complaining. Don't get me wrong. But, I realized I went into the laundry room / office the other night to pay a bill on my computer, and I realized that it was February 26th, and that's my son's birthday. So I had to send him a text message right away and, wish him a happy birthday and tell him, I had to fess up that I didn't realize it was his birthday. And, that I was sorry, but, he understands. Anyway, big shout out to my son, Ken, aka Pooter Key. Happy 40th birthday. I haven't been able to spend birthdays with him because he lives in Tennessee. I surprised him one year, a few years back, and I showed up for his birthday. It was a big surprise, and that was nice. And he worked 14 hours that day. I think I heard through the grapevine that he had been sick and that he had to miss quite a bit of work. So that's probably why he was working so many hours trying to keep up with that. There's been a lot of sickness going around, especially in my daughter's family. They've had the flu. She had the flu really bad, missed 5 days of work. Her husband had the flu really bad. The dog got sick. They had to take the dog to the emergency vet. It cost them $3,000 because it got some kind of bug. And now my granddaughter, Sydney, is sick with the flu. I don't want any of it. Keep it away from me. Okay, so the next thing I want to tell you is that this May, one of my very close cousins that we grew up very, very close is turning 70. And he is spending his 70th birthday in Vegas. And guess who's going? Me and Mr. C are going. Me and her dad are going to Vegas in May. We're going to be in Vegas for 4 days. But what we're going to do is we're flying to Vegas. We're renting a car. And we're going to drive to Palm Springs. Because Palm Springs has always been on my bucket list. I can't tell you how long I've thought about going. I can tell you this. Since I was about 14 or 15, and I would watch the Dick Van Dyke Show with my mom, I have talked about going to Palm Springs. Now, I don't know if Dick Van Dyke worked there, or if he lived there, or if he just went there, you know, on the Dick Van Dyke Show. But ever since I've heard of Palm Springs, I have wanted to visit. And this is the closest I've ever been to California. And, you know, had the time, had the money for planning. So I'm taking advantage of it. So we're going to drive down to Palm Springs, and we're going to be there for 2 days. And then we're going to drive back to Vegas, and we're going to check into our hotel, which is going to be the Golden Nugget for the next 4 days for Izzy's birthday. And I'm really looking forward to that. You know, I never really had a desire to go to Vegas until my son, Ken, got married in Vegas. That was my first time going, and after that, I loved it. So this is our third time going to Vegas, and this is going to be our second time. Then we're going to have show tickets to see Barry Manilow. He puts on an awesome show. My mom loved Barry Manilow. And all those sad songs that he would sing, she would just sing her heart out with Barry Manilow and cry with those songs because she had lost her mom-in-law husband. He was tragically killed. I write about that in my book. He was tragically killed in a train accident, and those songs of Barry Manilow during that time just really made her sad. So when we went to see Barry Manilow the last time we were in Vegas, it brought back all those memories, but not in a sad way for me. Although it was very sad at the time, but it just brought back memories of my mom in general. And he put on a really good show. He's like in his 70s, I don't know. And your dad really liked it. So we decided that we would go back and see him again. And so that we really, really got that to look forward to. So, you know, I mean, I know I've talked your ear off, and I'm going to try to edit this video so that it's not super, super long. But I feel like I've pretty much caught you up on a lot of stuff. I'm going to work on getting my enthusiasm back so that I can pick up where I left off. One of my stops today was at Joann Fabrics. So I'm going to tie-dye some shirts and try to get back in the swing of that. and just try to, little by little, get back into the swing of things. The temperature is starting to get a little nicer now. We've had some sunny days. We got some 60-degree day weather coming. So I'm going to try to get back into the swing of things. And I am way overdue on getting my eyebrows done. I'm going to leave you with that because I know this is extreme close-up and my eyebrows really need to be done. I told your dad the other day that I was going to go with him when he gets a haircut to get my eyebrows done, but that's too long. It's still like 2 weeks away and I am already overdue. So I'm sorry. I'm sorry that my eyebrows look really bad. All right, so if I think of anything else, I'd be back. But if not, I'm going to sprinkle in some photographs of all the different things that I've talked about here. Put some links in the bottom so that you can check out my Etsy shop. You can check out my book on Amazon. It's the cheapest it's ever been. It started out $18.99 on Amazon, and now it's down to, I think, $12.44. If you are a reader of any kind of books, it doesn't even matter. Science fiction, fantasy, murder, just this is a book that you can read in one day. Just pick it up for the heck of it and just, read it. If you are a subscriber to my channel, and if you like any of my videos, you will recognize a lot of the people that are in my book because it's about family. It's about family, it's about friends, and you'll be able to put names to faces because you've seen them on my videos. And it's got me and Lucy on the cover. I'm going to show you. So I hope I haven't bored you too much today. And I hope you have a beautiful day and just be blessed. So I did want to come back and say one more thing about that polymyositis, the muscle issue that I'm having. I was diagnosed with that last February. By the time I got blood work done and everything, it was March and April. I went to see a rheumatologist. He's the one that was doing all of the blood work and observing me. And so I have been on methotrexate. I take 8 methotrexate pills every Monday. For those of you that don't know what methotrexate is, it is an oral chemo drug. And I've also been on prednisone since June of last year too. I started out with 40 milligrams of prednisone every day, and they've since weaned me down, and I'm currently taking 10 milligrams of prednisone since last June. So I think because of that, my weight has fluctuated too. And when you carry more weight, you have less energy, especially if you're not used to it. So I've been told by all of my doctors, by my primary care physician, by my endocrinologist, my OBGYN, because now I've been diagnosed with osteoporosis, that I need to be walking. And I hate to walk. And, I need to be walking, but some days I just don't have the energy to walk, and I don't want to walk. So that's something that I'm really working on.